Hey superstars, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to come on here and just kind of like express myself a little bit. So turn me up. Y'all, if you are a mother, this video is likely going to be just in time for you, because I know I'm not the only mom that is out here struggling like this, okay? So if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Angie and this is Life with Star. I don't know if people get irritated that I cannot introduce myself in every video, but I do it because like literally whoever's watching this, it could be their legit first time on the channel. So I just want to make sure that you guys know who I am and who we are. So like I said, my name is Angie. This is Life with Star. We post a variety of videos on here. Primarily, I like to post like juicing videos, but today we're going to talk about something that I know that I'm not the only mom that is struggling with. So if this video touches your spirit and your soul, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share this video. Drop some comments down below if you too are struggling with this and what you do to try to manage it. And subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss the next upload coming your way to the channel. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. So I have a tea. All right. I hope you guys have had a great day. I hope you did something for yourself today, and I hope you gave yourself some grace. So leading from that, I am like struggling, y'all, with mom guilt, and I'm going to elaborate on why and how. So I have an almost 2-year-old and I have an almost 15-year-old. And I feel like when I had my son, that's the oldest, I feel like when I had my son, my parents were younger, okay? And like if I needed like a mom break and I wanted to go hang out or, you know, whatever, like at that time, obviously I was much younger. I was in my 20s, early 20s. I think I was 21 when I had him. Yeah, I was 21 when I had him. So I was still clubbing, like I was still hanging out. So, you know, it was a lot different then than it is now. But what I'm struggling with now is I don't have my mom anymore. My dad is older and I have a very active toddler. And when I was pregnant, my mom's health started to decline a lot. So obviously I wasn't doing nothing and my pregnancy was horrible. I was sick all the time. I was absolutely miserable. Even though I tried to push through it, you know, it just was not a fun pregnancy to go through. So wasn't doing anything fun during my pregnancy. And then obviously I had the baby. I nursed her for over a year. So if you're a nursing mom, then you already know what that means. And then I injured myself twice back to back, which both made me immobile. So I couldn't walk both times. And then my mom passed away. So we're talking about, and my child's almost 2 years old, my youngest. So we're talking about basically the past few years, I have not had time for myself. I have not been able to allot time for myself. I am overstimulated. I am overworked. I am stretched thin. It is just me here with them pretty much 100% of the time. And sometimes it's a lot. And sometimes I get frustrated and sometimes I get annoyed and irritable, you know, and sometimes I get angry. I ain't gonna lie, because sometimes motherhood is a lot. But I love my kids, so obviously, tired or not, we're gonna keep on trucking. However, I am getting ready to go out of town, not very far, but it's still out of my city limits for a couple days, and I am having a lot of mom guilt around that. I am trying to convince myself that it's okay for me to leave, my children and go do something that is like adult friendly, something that's not diapers and wipes, something that's not, parenting, something that's not motherhood, just to disconnect, relax, because I have gone through a lot of trauma, especially in the last year and a half. And I'm still trying to figure out how to cope with that. And it's a lot, to process and go through. And I'm still trying to figure that out. And I don't know how to tell myself, y'all, that it's okay for me to take time for me. I know that part of self-care and self-love is making sure that self is good before you can take care of others. But when you're a mom, do you really have that option to say, I'm not going to take care of my kids, or I'm not going to think about my kids before I think about myself? Like, I'm going to think about myself before my kids? Like, that just sounds ass backwards to me. And I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around the fact that I'm about to leave them, which is only literally for 2 days. But it's the first time that I've been away from it will be the first time that I've been away from my daughter in almost 2 years. Like, what? Y'all, I can't. I'm struggling. And, I feel like sometimes men and dads or whatever, especially when they're not in the home, they tend to judge very easily and quickly when mom hangs out, or when mom goes and does something that she likes and that she enjoys. And it's so damn annoying, because if a man who has children is not in the home of, which he created children with, they don't have the worry of trying to figure out who's going to watch the kid for them to go, to the club or go out of town or go hang out. They don't have to stress and worry about the what ifs, like what if they get sick when I'm away? Like, what if this happens? What if that happens? But moms, we have to go through so many hoops to be able to allot some time for ourselves. Y'all, the closest thing these days to time to myself is when I sneak off and go to the grocery store. And my teenage son is keeping an eye on his sister along with my dad sometimes, so I can run and do that. And it's half the time they're coming with me to the grocery store, but there's like one-off times where I just want to go by myself, because it's like, okay, my time to just kind of like decompress. But really, I'm still in mom mode. So is that truly a break? Hell no, it's not a break. So I am going to try my best. I might have to have like a glass or two of wine for me to like really just like kind of relax and say, Angie, it is okay, girl, for you to enjoy yourself. Like, just because you're a mom doesn't mean that fun stops for you. Just because you're a mom doesn't mean that life stops for you. You know what I mean? Like, it is okay to disconnect and decompress and do something that you enjoy. And it doesn't have to always involve your children. And we really need to stop beating ourselves up about it. And it's always self-inflicted. Sometimes it's, the outsiders are like trying to put that like thought in your mind, like, you're not a good mom if you're not with your kids all the time. But really, you're not ever going to be a good mom if you're not a good individual. You have to be good to self before you can be good to others. You have to take care of self before you can take care of others. You have to treat self good and treat self with love and care and compassion and devotion and like all those things before you can extend anything to anybody else. Like, the saying would say you can't pour from an empty cup. Like, you can't. If you're empty, what the hell you pouring? Nothing. So it was just something that was on my mind, and I really just kind of wanted to use this opportunity to just kind of like say it out loud. Angie, it is okay that you are leaving your children for 2 days to go do something adult friendly that doesn't involve you being mom, so that you can just kind of like have a break, have a breather, hit the reset button, scream, laugh, whatever, hang out, party, whatever that looks like. It's okay for us to do it, y'all. Like, as long as you come back, because my hope is that obviously I'm going to come back more reset, refreshed, and I can be like, okay, cool. That was the break that I needed, because I don't get breaks. Breaks don't exist in my world. And when you don't get breaks, imagine working your job for your whole entire shift and you don't get a break. You're going to be so burnt out and stretched thin, correct? And then you're not going to be able to perform your job correctly. So I have finally hit that checkpoint in motherhood where I'm like, you know what? If I don't step away, I'm going to lose my shit. Like I am. I'm going to lose my shit because I am not being good to myself. But I have to stop with the guilt. The mom guilt is so real, you guys. Like, it's such a real thing. And I'm just trying to learn how to give myself more grace. And I don't do it enough, and I need to do it more often than not, a lot often. Every day I think I need to give myself some grace as a mom. And I think another thing where we make a mistake is we are always, if it's not mom guilt, it's judgment on ourselves. Like, you get enough judgment from the outside world. If you guys hear cars driving, I'm sorry. But we get enough judgment from the outside world. And then a lot of the times, all that stuff is really self-inflicted. I mean, I'm going to just be honest and keep it real. I will raise my hand. This is me. Do I self-inflict judgment? Yes, I do. Do I self-inflict guilt? Yes, I do. All the time. I probably question more if I'm doing the best that I can at being a mom than somebody is insinuating that I'm not. Because I'm always so hard on myself as a parent. Like, we want to be, like, I want to be such a perfect parent. Or not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Let me back up. I'm sorry. Because I don't want to put out there that we're supposed to be striving for perfection. There is no such thing as perfection. I don't even know why the hell the word was created. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. And with that, there's no such thing as a perfect child either. So the same way we grew up and we were learning and figuring things out, they are too. So I try my best not to. It's hard. It's easier said than done, because I know I just said there's no such thing as a perfect parent, but there is a such thing as wanting to be the best possible parent that you can be. And a lot of the times that comes with a lot of judgment and criticism against yourself. So I guess it just takes me back to just wanting to have some grace, like, I know I'm a good mom, but there are some times where I wonder, like, am I a good mom? I don't know if anybody else has felt like that. I'm having a very vulnerable moment right now. Oh my. I had said that we were so I bought this Blue Yeti mic like 2.5 or so years ago. I don't know. It's been a while. And it's just been collecting dust, y'all. But I had said that we we're going to utilize it because I wanted to start making videos that were kind of more intimate like this, where we could have more conversations about like real life topics. And I'm feeling a little vulnerable right now because motherhood is something like really touchy and sensitive to me. And I feel like it could, like, there's multiple videos that I could record about like motherhood and what motherhood means to me. But, oh God, my eyes are swelling. Ooh, I think that, I think that when my mom passed away, it really, 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 really did something to me, because my mom wasn't a perfect mother, but she was the best mother, like the best mother. And when I look back at how I was when I was growing up and how I was as a teenager and thinking I was a know-it-all and, whatever it is that we wanted to grow up so fast, it wasn't until I was an adult and I had my son that I like truly appreciated how she was as a mom. And I don't have that anymore. So because I don't have that anymore, and anytime I would question myself as a mom, I call my mom, to like get that reassurance, or I guess validation. There's nothing wrong with getting some validation every now and then. People try to like make that into a negative thing, like being validated for things. Like there's nothing wrong with being validated for things, right? Especially when it's coming from somebody who is genuine, cares about you, and it's coming from a loving place. Like, so getting validation from my mother that I am a good mom and that I'm doing a great job meant a lot to me. And not having that no more, I'm really struggling with knowing that it's okay to put myself first. Oh my God. Wow. It's crazy. It's not until you actually start like really talking about stuff out loud that you realize like, damn, Angie, you're being way too hard on yourself. So I hope that if y'all don't take anything else from this video, that you take that. Stop being so hard on yourself. It's okay to just like fall back and like let go a little bit. Like sometimes we pull on the reins a little bit too much of motherhood, and sometimes we need to just like let it go a little bit and let our kids make mistakes and allow ourselves to make mistakes and give ourselves grace, give our kids grace, and know that you're doing a great job, because you are. I'm doing a great job. I am doing a great job. Actually, I'm doing one hell of a job with my kids. I'm a good ass mom. I am a phenomenal mother in my own right. Because there's no rule book. So I think for me winging it, I'm doing a fantastic job. So I'm not going to apologize for that. Actually, I'm not going to apologize for nothing. But this was, I think we're going to go ahead and end the video, because bringing up my mom, and that wasn't intentional. It just kind of happened that way. It hit me. It hit a nerve a little bit. And like I told y'all, I'm still kind of struggling with trying to figure out how to like navigate through that grief. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and conclude this session, but we will be back, because I think this is going to be good for not only just me, but for another mom or woman out there, for the things that I, have to talk about. So this was good. Nice to release it. Sometimes you just got to like, if you struggle with things, like jot it down, journal, or like, obviously this is like my video journal, you know what I mean? So document things, how you're feeling, so you get it off your chest, so you don't let stuff build up. Because when you let stuff build up and then something like affects you, you can blow up on that individual or on that situation more than what is intended or what is needed. So I really, really do hope that this video touched one of you today, and it's hit somewhere in your soul, your spirit, your heart, and your mind, and you took something from it, even if it was just one little nugget, So spread love. It's free. It costs nothing to tell somebody that you love them. And I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming to the channel today. And you are doing a great job. You are doing a great job. You are doing a great job. Keep being an amazing parent. So like, comment, share this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you guys don't miss the next upload, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, superstars.